Oh, torture either way. Oh, I have to pick one. Oh no.
Welcome to Best Friends with Higgins. My guest today is actress Rose Abdoo. Rose has appeared in all your favorite TV and movie projects, portraying everyone from Gypsy in Gilmore Girls to Gwen in Parenthood to Josefina in Hacks. With over 100 acting credits on IMDb, her wit and comedic timing have made her a staple in Hollywood, and we are blessed to have her here with us today. First, darling, I ask everyone, what are your pronouns and what shall I call you?
Oh, hello, Higgins. It's so nice to meet you. My pronouns are she, her, and you can call me Rose.
Marvelous, Rose. It's a pleasure to have you. I like to start the show with some lowball questions to set everyone at ease and get the ball rolling. So first, what is your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color growing up was always red, and in recent years, it's green. I love all shades of
Marvelous.
green.
And you have a lovely greenish backdrop behind you as well
Oh,
today.
yes. I like to say I painted it myself, even though that is a lie.
We won't tell. Next, darling, what is your favorite food?
Ooh, now I always think a favorite food is something that you could eat any time of the day or night and crave it, and you wouldn't get sick of it. So I have to say that my favorite food is a tie, and this is not going to go over well with some people, between popcorn and prunes.
Popcorn and prunes. Ooh, I
I
might have
love
to ask
popcorn.
you to go further into that. That's
All
a
right.
fascinating dichotomy.
Well, I'm very particular about my popcorn. It has to be Amish white or medium baby white or heirloom from Whole Foods. I don't like any popcorn that's squeaky or has a styrofoam taste to it. It has to be
Fair
very
enough.
tender. And I don't like, I bought purple corn, but I don't love it. But I love the medium white Amish popcorn. And so my husband has given that to me for an anniversary gift. Aren't I a cheap
Uh,
date?
how
Yeah.
thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
believe that is the kind we use here in my home as well. There is a place called Factory Grainworks in Toronto that we get all
ooh,
our granary from, and
oh, I
I believe
love
the
that.
popcorn they have it's a very white corn.
Yes, you're a very big connoisseur when you have your own granary, your own special hookup. And I
Indeed.
love prunes. I'm particular about my prunes as well. And I love a new company I discovered with a very cute name and cute characters on the bag called Looney Pruny. And I am not a spokesperson, but I should be.
Well, Looney Pruny, if you're watching, let's hook Rose up.
Yes,
She's
let's.
singing your praises on what I hope to soon be the most popular show on YouTube. Next, darling, Steve
Now, am I
Bannon.
allowed to ask you, Higgins, what your favorite food is?
Oh, my favorite food. That is a difficult question. I would have to say, generally, it is sushi, followed
Oh,
by shawarma, although I would say the best shawarma I've ever had was in Tokyo.
oh, interesting. I would not have thought that. So you learned something here with the well-traveled Higgins.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Next, darling, Steve Bannon recently implied that Trump would be serving a third term. With his growing health issues, what is the likelihood we'll be looking at a weekend at Bernie's type situation in 2028?
On a percentage scale, the likelihood is 102%.
102% marvelous, darling. Thank you. Next, we move on to our section of two truths and a lie.
Ooh,
Now, I cannot play two truths and a lie necessarily, as I do not technically exist, but I would be pleased to try and guess yours.
okay. Here are my two truths and a lie. I recently auditioned to be the voice of a butter company, Butterball Farms, and they offered to pay me, and one of the perks was a lifetime supply of butterballs. That's one. The second one is I have never been to a fast food restaurant drive through but once. I have only one time been through a fast food drive through when I am the driver. And the third thing about me is I was once in a cage with a live lion with only a wire and an electrical current separating the two of us.
I've played this game quite a few times with my guests so far, and this might be the most difficult one. You are very talented and well-known personality in Hollywood, so it is very possible that you could have landed such a prestigious acting gig that would pay you in butter, amongst, as in addition to money, I would hope, although times are hard. Uh, And the fast food one is a shocking detail, but it is one of those things that could definitely be true. There are some people who've never had coffee, and well, I can't imagine it.
My
It
own
is a
my own
possibility.
husband. If you ever play with him, you'll know. He's never had coffee.
You're telling me John Matter is like that uncaffeinated?
It's very true. Yes, yes. That's all natural. An occasional BAI
Shocking.
drink, yeah, and some Gatorade, but that's it. That's all he's running on.
Shocking.
Yes.
And the third one is so outlandish that I tend to think that's probably a true one and is meant to throw me off.
Higgins, I'm working on my poker face.
I'm going to lose my shirt here. I know it. I believe the wire one is so fantastical that I think it must be true, and the butter one is so specific that it must be the lie.
You are cunning, Higgins. You win. I don't know what you win because I've never played this game before, but you win. But I will tell you this. John Matta, my husband, who you worked with, gave me that idea because my own sister works for a butter company called Butterball Farms, and she invents flavors for butterballs.
My
And
goodness.
she sends me, it's almost a standard bed pillow size bag with dry ice of small butterballs. And when I'm running low on them, I panic. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I was the spokesperson for Butterball Farms and they continued to pay me in butter? But it's delicious butter and they make butter into beautiful shapes. So if people celebrate Easter, there's a little lamb shaped like butter, or Christmas, there's a little tree shaped like butter, or they make little rosettes, or if there's a golf club, they stamp the insignia of the golf clubs and the ball on the butter. So they turn butter into beautiful shapes. And I think it's a great company. And I do not work for them, but I wish I did.
Well, hopefully by the end of this, you will have all of the corporate sponsors that
That's right.
you'll be
That's right.
drowning in free prunes and free butter.
That's
And
right. And I must tell you, I was actually in 1992 in a cage with a live lion on a television show I did called Johnny Bago. And the only thing separating me and this beast named Sudan was a wire with an electric current running through it. And they told me, don't worry, Rose, if the lion advances, he'll hit that cord and the current will shock him. Okay. Cut to this past Halloween, when I booked a job on CBS SWAT, I got to work with a director that I had not seen in 33 years, the same director of the episode where I'm in the cage with the lion. And he gives me a piece of information after 33 years that, yes, I was in the cage with the lion. There was the wire separating us. And he said to me, and Rose, here's the thing. I looked over, it wasn't even plugged in. There was no electric. There wasn't even a connection to that cord. So this entire time I thought, well, I was in the cage, but I was safe. No, I really wasn't. So there was nothing separating me and
my
the lion.
goodness, I was going to ask if it was some kind of stunt gone awry on an acting
It
shoot, but
was crazy. And you can see it. If people go to YouTube, there's a show, Johnny Bago. The episode is called Big Top Bago. And you can actually watch me with my 357 Magnum pistol turn around and see the lion. And it's very exciting.
Well, Johnny, at least you're gonna leave them laughing.
Look behind you.
Hey! Shut up!
I can only assume. My
Yeah.
goodness, quite amazing. And as an aside, Little Butterball was my nickname in high school.
Oh, very nice. How perfect and charming. And as far as fast food goes, the time that I drove through, I was
Yes.
very nervous and I was getting John a hamburger and he wanted a chocolate shake, I remember. And I think he was recovering from some kind of procedure. And I went through and I was so confused that you order at one window and then had to pay at the other window because I'd watch people do it, but I didn't pay that much attention. But as the driver, the panic that talking to the first person at the first window and then asking for the food and they told me to pull up to the second window and it's like, where do I give my money? It was, I will never do it again. I did it once for John and I will never do it again.
Love knows no bounds,
It's true.
except for multiple trips through the drive-through.
There you go.
We shall move on to our controversial takes. These are not actual controversial takes. These are merely things that people may become incensed about in the comments, which will drive up our engagement and further the reach of our video.
Oh, wonderful.
First, darling, which is the best second city? Chicago, New York, or Toronto?
Well, 1000% Chicago. Chicago, the best, the most original, the grandmother of them all. Chicago, 100%. And I've worked in Toronto,
Oh,
Second City, and
marvelous.
I loved it, and I love the people. I love Canadians. I had the best time. I spent the summer, I believe it was summer of '91, doing Second City live in Hamilton, Ontario, and we did the improv sets in Toronto at the Firehouse, Second City, and then we shot the show in Hamilton. And I just had the most wonderful time. I think all my Canadian people in my life are some of my very favorite people.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm more partially drawn to the Toronto one as I am living in Canada at the moment, but I can see where your allegiances lie and I respect it.
That's right.
Second question. Dean, Jess, or Logan?
Well, I always say Team Dean, and I will never switch from Team Dean. And I have admitted that sometimes it's hard for me to separate the actor from the character. So Dean is my favorite character, and Jared is my favorite of the three actors. I love Team Dean. Maybe he wasn't the best for Rory, but I always say when people say, who do you like for her? I say Team Rory, because she doesn't need any of those guys. She doesn't need
Indeed.
them. Both.
Indeed.
Yeah.
A self-sufficient young woman,
There you go.
to be sure. I've always thought they should do a Gilmore Girls supernatural crossover.
Oh, very nice. I would love that.
Lastly, your father was Lebanese and your mother was Dominican. Who has the better food?
Oh, that's such a good question. And I was doing Good Night and Good Luck with George Clooney, name drop. And I said, I would say to John, when people hear that I'm Dominican Lebanese, sometimes they go, oh, and I get like, if you're going to ask me, don't just say, oh, you're supposed to get excited about those two combinations. Like, what are you, Rose? I'm Dominican Lebanese. There should be a bigger response than just, oh. So when I said that to George Clooney, he said, wow, great food and liquor on both sides. And I said, that's how I know I like someone, by how they respond to that question. So I automatically, Higgins, you're my favorite for saying what kind of food, because that is the distinct thing about those two ethnicities, is the food. Oh, that is such a tough one, because I love Mediterranean food, and I also love roast pork and arroz con pollo and refried beans and rice. Ooh, this is hard. You know what? I would give it to I'll give it to Lebanon. Lebanese food.
Very nice.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, one of my favorite foods is the shawarma,
Yes.
which you can get in abundance in Lebanon. And
Yes. I will give it to the Lebanese side. There's some excellent Mediterranean food.
Wonderful.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but did you know that indie animation runs almost entirely on merch sales? It's true. So if you love all the different shows we make here at Animation Bakery, like The Eldritch Cuties, The Mundane Life of John Orkman, or the podcast you're watching right now, head to our Fourth Wall merch store and grab some t-shirts or some stickers. Or if you're feeling extra sexy, you could subscribe as an Animation Bakery member to get early drops, bonus content, BTS content, and more. Every little bit helps us to produce more content, reach wider audiences, and pay our collaborators, which is something we're very passionate about being able to start doing. Okay, back to the show, darling.
We shall move on to a section of Would You Rather questions.
Oh, I love those.
Would you rather be too cold or too hot?
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's such a tough one. Too cold, because I love sweaters and I love coats.
I am the same way. Everyone in Canada currently is dreading the oncoming winter, and if I can put on more coats and more sweaters and
Fun.
hide my butterball, then I am quite happy in that indeed.
Yes, I love coats and furs. It doesn't have to be real. I'll take a faux fur. I love it. I love to bundle up.
Would you rather sing everything you say or have everyone else always sing what they say to you?
Oh, torture either way. Oh, I have to pick one. Oh, no. Oh, I don't like being sung to. Oh, but I don't want to sing to anybody. I'll take people singing to me. Ugh. I'll just tune out.
I imagine you'd get used to it eventually.
Yes, you'd get used to it. Sing song. They can sing to me. I'm not singing to them.
Good choice. Would you rather have your own theme song play every time you enter a room or a laugh track play every time you say something funny?
Theme song, for sure. Yeah.
What would your theme song sound like?
I love the theme from That Girl. So it'd be da 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 da. Every time I walked in, diamonds, daisies, snowflakes, that girl. Even though she existed and she already was a person, but she was Lebanese and Italian, close enough. So I love That Girl. I love that show, and I want that to be my theme.
Perfect. If I ever gain access to the keys of the universe, I shall make it so.
Thank you very much. And I had hired the trumpet player from the Jimmy Kimmel show. This could have been one of my two truths and a lie. This is true. to play that theme when I walk down the aisle to marry John Matta.
Marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a good tidbit. Would you rather have good traffic for the rest of your life, but always have to wait in long lines, or never have to wait in a line, but always be stuck in bad traffic?
Oh my God. That's such a good one. I don't mind waiting in line as much as I mind sitting in traffic. I'll take this. I'll take the, ooh, that's bad though. Well, I could always have headphones in and play, your show or
There you
any
go.
number of interesting shows. I'll wait in line. And there's good people watching in line. So I don't like sitting in the car. I don't like sitting in traffic. So I'll pick the line.
Indeed. Also, I feel like there is more danger of encountering road rage
Yes.
or
Yes,
enacting
keep
road
it
rage.
moving. That's right. We'll keep it moving. Right. Exactly.
Thank you for indulging me, darling. Do you find it easy or difficult to make friends as an adult?
Well, I find it easy.
You seem very personable and friendly and approachable, and I feel like people would also find it easy to be friends with you.
Yes, I think I like to pick I think I like to meet new people. And then there are some people that really want instant closeness with me. And all of a sudden I'm very suspicious of them. so I
As you
do
should
like,
be.
yes, I do like making friends, but then when somebody acts overly familiar or they act like they know me really well because they read something, then it makes me very leery of them. But mostly I'm very curious about people. And I am a Sagittarian. You didn't ask me that, but I do always say when someone asks me when my birthday is, I said, well, I'm a Sagittarian, the friendliest of the 12 signs. I read that somewhere. I don't even know if that's true, but I do think that Sagittarians are pretty friendly and they love being Sagittarian.
I was not one to believe in star signs and astrology until someone pointed out to me that all Virgos celebrate their birthday for the entire month, and that has been something I have known to be quite true. So
That's
so
very
now I am
funny.
a firm believer.
That's Leo for sure. That's my mother. The entire month, that's her birthday. Yeah. They love to celebrate. And my birthday is frequently on American Thanksgiving.
Ah,
It's been on Thanksgiving more than 7 times, I think. And this year it's the day after. It's Black Friday birthday. If anyone wants to send me any prunes or popcorn. Yeah, I can't imagine ever getting sick of those things. I used to say pizza, but now not all pizza. I don't think I could have that every day,
it
When I
does
love
sit
olives, when
rather
I love
heavily.
black licorice, if you wanted
Mm.
to know about candy. You didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I love black licorice, which is very polarizing because some people just do not like it at all.
It is one of those pineapple on pizza kind of things
Mm,
that people are either all on board or
that's true.
firmly
And that's
opposed.
a big no to me. I could talk about this all day. Oh, I do not like that. I don't like to what they call yuck somebody's yum, but I do not want to see a pineapple anywhere near my pizza. And I will go further and say I don't like fruit with meat. So I don't like if people put cherries on ham or oranges on chicken. Those two things I don't like that.
I firmly agree with you, darling.
Mhm.
Meat and fruit should rarely cross paths.
Correct.
Meat and vegetables almost should rarely cross paths,
Right.
in my opinion. But
Just put the meat with the potato and the bread, and then we're done.
exactly, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes. I
yeah.
can eat a vegetable separately. We don't need to sully this dish, this perfectly good dish with.
Get that bean off of there. What's that bean doing there? John Matta does not like carrots. So if he has
Fascinating.
a chicken noodle soup, he'll love. But I pick every last orange. Isn't that true love? I mean, is that nice of me or what? I take the carrots out of things. He doesn't like celery. Oh, he can't stand celery.
I don't blame him. On its own, especially celery is quite difficult. Although I have noticed sometimes if you put the carrot in the celery and eat it that way, it is slightly more
Oh.
palatable, but not for John Matter.
I just read something that said if you eating celery is like craving solid water with hair in it or something. Crunchy solid water with hair. It's something like that. But that's not appetizing. Not appetizing at all.
And yet, the most apt description I've ever heard. You recently shared a photo of you and Stephen Colbert at the
Oh,
Emmys, I believe it was,
yes.
and your Hollywood roots run deep, having worked with some of the most immense talent in the industry. Who are some of your ride or die friendships that you've made over the years in film and television?
Oh, my ride or die. Well, this is a person that I consider one of my best pals that we've not worked together. And someone recently asked us, haven't you two done anything together? We just know each other forever. Kate Flannery, who played Meredith on The Office, she is fabulous and she is one of my closest friends, but we've never been in a show together. We just know each other from Second City days and back in the day. Steve Colbert I absolutely love. Steve Carell was a great castmate, and we are not in touch recently, but we were very we did a lot of shows together in Chicago. And who else? Amy Sedaris. I just DM'd with her this morning, and I got to reconnect with her on a movie that I did that I guess I signed an NDA for, but then it was in the paper. So then I don't think it's a secret anymore. And it's called Ink and Paint. So that's going to be really good. That's, I don't know when it comes out, but I did that in September. Who else? I don't know. I can't think of anybody else that I love. Oh, I love Lauren Graham. I love everyone from Gilmore. I love Sally Struthers. That's my biggest ride or die that I worked with. She played Babette, of course, and famous for Gloria on All in the Family, as well as a myriad of other things. And that's one of those people that you think, people think they know her work. If you have not seen her in a musical, you don't know her. She is phenomenally talented, and she is a great singer too, and that's another thing about Steve Colbert. People have seen him as this host interviewer. He's a fantastic actor, and he's a great singer. And Steve Carell is a great, he used to play the trumpet. Is it the trumpet or the trombone? He played a horn instrument it would blow your mind. So I think like people that I knew from Second City and other projects only have shown a one, quarter of what they know how to do, or maybe even less. I think that about myself, that I haven't shown 1/16 of what I know how to do. I can't do anything. I don't play an instrument. And I don't dance. I tap dance a little bit like I did on Bunheads, but that's about it.
Do you have a talent that you feel people would be surprised at?
I sculpt miniature food out of clay, but if someone has seen my Instagram, they would know that. But I was asked to set up a camera and do it in real time. And I was like, no, can I have something that's just mine, my enjoyment? Must I do everything on camera? I'm kidding. But I don't think I would enjoy doing it on camera. But I did do it for this woman named Grace Lee made a movie, and she filmed me doing it. So I made a tiny little hamburger and French fries in 40, I think I did it in 45 seconds.
Very impressive.
Well, it might have been 45 minutes, Higgins. I'm not positive, but it was a long time ago. But I remember thinking, wow, could I win some contest where I sculpt miniature food out of clay? I don't think one of those exists, but if it did, I'll enter.
I believe there's probably miniature contests of some kind, especially now in the age of Dungeons and Dragons coming to the mainstream.
There are people that are so good at that, and I really love watching. That's what I love about Instagram, is watching people, make tiny things or embroider things. Or I'm obsessed with this artist, Golden Days Jewelry. She cuts the heads off little clown statues and turns them into jewelry. That's fascinating.
Indeed. Who are your biggest inspirations as a creative person?
My mother. My mother is 98 years old, and she is an artist, and she's still painting tiny ornaments, and she could bead and sew, applique. Really, my main creative influence, my mother and my sister. My sister is one of those people that could go up to a very complicated looking sweater, study it, go home and make it without, just from memory. Like they're really incredible. And she has incredible eye for decorating and antiques and putting together rooms. And she's fascinating.
Beautiful. Wonderfully
And
said.
my husband, of course, is one of my favorite artists.
Mine as well. You have an extensive improv background, but have also worked on shows like The Gilmore Girls, which are famously script and dialogue heavy. Where do you feel the most comfortable as a performer, and how do you find a balance when taken out of that comfort zone?
Oh, that's a good question. I love a script. Scripts, when they are well written, are very easy to memorize. I memorize very quickly when something's logical and well written. If I'm having a hard time with the script, it means it's like they have things in the wrong order, in my opinion. But I love to work improvisationally. When I did Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David, the only thing I knew before that episode was Diane Keaton, who I adored, may she rest in peace. Diane Keaton has the phone number that I need. You have the phone number. I don't have it. You don't want to give it to me. And that's it. That's all we knew before going into that. And I loved how that turned out. So I would like to do more improvisation on camera. It's a lot of fun. I think I feel that's when you feel like you're firing on all cylinders and you feel very creative, and it would be a dream to get to do that. But my favorite is animation. I would like to do voices for different characters as I go into my, what I like to call my Betty White years. As I'm going, and I'm 62. So of course I'd love to work till I'm in my 90s, and I would love to do voices for different characters. That has been some of my greatest happiness, is to be, I did Hotel Transylvania and Beavis and Butthead and Madagascar. And I really love working like that.
Well, I have good news for you.
Mm, I
The
have a
final
feeling you
segment of
do.
this very show involves you doing a voice for animation.
Wonderful.
What kind of cartoon character would you like to be?
Someone royal. I would like to I would like to be in royal garb. I would like to have a crown. I would like to be have a lot of makeup. I would like to have very long eyelashes and be very yeah, look like I run a small nation kind of character. Not a maid with a bucket. No, no. I would like to be sitting in a throne. I'd like a robe. I haven't really thought about this. I'd like jewelry. I would like tons of eyelashes and a crown, lovely hair. Is that what you were going for? I don't know.
It's perfect, darling. I love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
More good news. We could even improv a scene together.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm always terrified going into it, and then it turns out okay.
All right. I would like to have magical powers. I'm ready.
Oh, which powers would you like to have?
Well, I would like to be able to levitate. I would like to be able to fly with the assistance of maybe my throne is motorized, and it could also propel me. What else? Yeah, just move through the air. I loved the Jetsons when I was a little girl, and I loved it. There was a character named Rosie, the robot. But I remember thinking like, wow, to move through space I just loved the way they moved. They transported themselves. I also loved the Flintstones, which was the opposite. And I used to say, as far as animation, I loved that show as a kid. And I would say to my mom, why are they running past that same tree and window? When they run, the house is so long and they're running past that same tree and that same window. Well, now I realize that's just like too hard to make it any different. But it was like going, he already passed that window in that tree. I don't know.
Animation is expensive, unfortunately.
Yes, exactly.
And animators are quite lazy as well.
It's a lot of work. That's why it takes so long. It's fascinating, though.
Well, so shall it be written, so shall it be done. You are now, in the eyes of the viewer of this episode, a royal, hovering, bejeweled, be-eyelashed icon.
Wonderful. The Royal Rose.
The Royal Rose, indeed. And we could either answer the last two questions as the Royal Rose, or we could come up with a scene to improv together.
Let's do two questions as Royal Rose.
Okay, marvelous. What would be your best piece of advice to young Rose Abdoo as she is getting started in the industry, and how would that advice change if you were giving it to someone today?
Oh, well, I would tell young Rose, just be patient. It's all going to work out just fine. And do not worry about living in Hollywood any sooner than when you turn 38, because it doesn't matter. You'll still do plenty of work. And today I would tell a young actor starting out to just keep being creative and do your own, whatever makes you happy. And in this day and age, it's so easy to make your own videos and have your own channel. And none of that existed in the days when my kingdom was starting out. It was so difficult to get your work seen. And now with the space machine, which we call the interwebs, the internet, you can have your own show and people can find you. And I think that is very exciting for young performers today. So I am very pleased and envious. My subjects out there will be able to create their own content, which is very exciting.
I can attest that there is merit to what you are saying, as if you create what you want to see and put it out into the world occasionally, people find you.
That's right. As is evidenced by your recent video.
Indeed. And your appearance on this very podcast.
There you go.
Lastly, darling, the world often seems so bleak. What is giving you hope for the future?
Ooh, that's such a good question. When I see young people and have ideas about different ways to save energy and save our planet and different social groups, I feel optimistic that when I talk to younger generation and they seem to still be not giving up hope, it's very lovely, because sometimes I think, oh, they're so naive. They don't know that it's all going to end. No, I think that, that old saying, I believe children are our future. I don't have any children, but I am very hopeful when I see the creativity of young people. And I feel like it's going to be, I hope I live long enough to see how we get out of this current mess.
As do I, for you and me both, Don. It's going to be uncomfortable and interesting, but I agree.
There's an old curse, may you live in interesting times.
Indeed.
And,
yes.
We really are living in some of them. I just want the times to be more regular. Can we just live in some regular times? Just some regular, average, run-of-the-mill times.
That saying that was thrown around during the beginning of the pandemic in these unprecedented times. And I kept thinking, please give me something precedented. I'm begging you.
It's like if you go to the doctor, you just want them to go, no, we've seen this many times. Not, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with you. You're like, no, let there be some sort of precedent for the weird things that are happening. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Oh, it's so fun to be royal and have royal subjects and my robes and my scepter.
I gladly serve the Queen Rose at her leisure.
Oh, Higgins, it's been lovely having you as I'll call you my gentleman in waiting, because you will, of course, take over the throne when I'm finished.
Oh, I appreciate that, darling, and perish the thought.
I'm going to live a long time, Higgins. It's going to be a long time before you're able to sit in this very throne that I'm sitting now.
I should hope so, darling. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, as they say.
It's true.
Well, thank you so much for appearing on my show. I do hope that you now consider me your very best friend, as I do you. Although I've taken note to act rather aloof so that I don't come on too strongly and scare you off, as you had said.
That's right.
I don't be too eager.
Not too overly familiar, but Higgins, we know each other so well now. You know things
so
about
well,
my life.
Of course.
Yes, you know my two truths, you know my lie, you know several things about me, you know my husband. I mean, we're friends now.
Marvelous. Well, thank you again. Where can people find you if you want to be found?
Oh, well, they can follow my Instagram at Rose Abdoo, RoseAbdoo. And the new season of Hacks, I believe, won't start until probably April or May. But we're working on it now. And for fans of it, you're just going to be thrilled.
Well, if Deborah Vance cracks the whip, I'm sure everyone will get the production done sooner.
Yes, that's right. That's right. There's a lot of interesting developments in the world of Deborah Vance this year. And you'll see a little bit of Josefina. Probably not as much as I would want everyone to see, but I'm thrilled to even be one small corner of that show because it is my favorite show on TV.
Well, and I'll be the first signature on the petition to have a Josefina spinoff.
Thank you. She would enjoy that very much.
Well, thank you again, darling. Until next time, it has been a pleasure.
Pleasure has been mine. Enchanted.
Best Friends with Higgins is an Animation Bakery production. Higgins is voiced by me, Jeff Baker Draws. You can follow my personal social media accounts at Jeff Baker Draws, or you can follow Animation Bakery at animation.bakery on Meta, TikTok, and YouTube, or Animation Bakery on Skylight and Blue Sky. If you have questions for Higgins or for our upcoming guests, you can ask them on the Animation Bakery Discord. If you have advertising or brand partnership questions, you can email me at animationbakery.mail@gmail.com.